Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC. Big news is breaking from Anfield. Liverpool are moving fast in the transfer market. A deal could be completed in the next few hours. Florian Wartz finally reveals the truth behind the £116 million transfer talk. A £56 million outrageous striker is now on our radar, and Ngumoha links just made things even more exciting. Plus, Will Wright opens up after earning his chance at Anfield, and Guehi has made his choice between Liverpool and Newcastle. Let's break it down in our in-depth analysis. Like this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for daily Liverpool news and transfer buzz. Liverpool to complete deal in next few hours. Liverpool will complete yet another deal in the next few hours. The incredibly busy transfer window continues. It's the busiest transfer window in Liverpool's history and it's set to continue that way. The Reds have already broken their transfer record, while a deal for Alexander Isak remains on the agenda. That, of course, could break their transfer record again. It comes on top of record deals in both fullback positions for Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong, while Hugo Ekitike joined for a massive fee, too. Then there are the sales. Liverpool sold Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid with just 1 month remaining on his deal. Kevin Kelleher completed a long-awaited move away, joining Brentford. Jarell Quansah signed for Bayer Leverkusen for a really nice fee, while Luis Diaz became one of the biggest sales in club history by signing for Bayern Munich. More sales are planned, certainly. And one more should be completed today. Tyler Morton to Lyon. Journalist Dominic King reports that Tyler Morton will complete his move to Lyon on Tuesday. The midfielder has been heavily linked with a move there after terms were agreed last week. Morton will supposedly bring in about €15 million for Liverpool if all add-ons get triggered. That's certainly less than they would have had a year ago, though he now only has the 1 year remaining on his contract. Lyon are getting a good player here for a good price. Morton has always looked capable of playing for Liverpool but really just came through at the wrong time. Having the likes of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis Mac Allister, Curtis Jones and Dominic Szoboszlai in the squad limits chances. The fact all of them are, hopefully, still developing towards their prime years made it unclear when Morton would ever get a proper chance, too. Instead, he heads to a big club and can finally get some senior football at a regular rate that isn't out on loan. Best of luck to him. Florian Wartz makes Premier League admission and reveals truth about £116 million Liverpool transfer issue. Liverpool club record signing Florian Wartz has been speaking after his first Anfield appearance for the Reds on Monday evening. Long is the list of players for whom the weight of a club record transfer fee was simply too much to carry. For new Liverpool signing Florian Wartz, though, there is no sense of any burden. Quite the opposite, in fact. I'm a player who needs freedom on the pitch and the manager gives that to me, says Wartz. Of course, I have to respect the position and the players around me. But I try to give me best on the pitch and find the right places. I have the freedom to do that. There was further evidence of such an approach on Monday when, in the second of the friendly doubleheader against Athletic Bilbao, Wartz impressed on his first Anfield appearance since a £116 million arrival from Bayer Leverkusen in June. Operating in the number 10 role, the 22-year-old again showed signs of an understanding with Mohamed Salah and twice came close to scoring during a lively first-half showing. The ovation afforded Wartz on his substitution midway through the second half indicated the home support were suitably impressed. I will try to find the right places to be and the right spaces to get the ball, and to be dangerous and create chances, says the Germany international, speaking after Liverpool's 3-2 win. I've not played a match in the Premier League yet, but I'm looking forward to it. That's why I came here. Of course, friendlies against Spanish and Japanese opposition, Wartz netted against Yokohama F. Marinos last Wednesday, don't quite compare to the intensity and physicality of the Premier League. And asked if he expects it to be more difficult to play his usual game than back in the Bundesliga, Wartz adds, to be honest, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to playing in the Premier League. There will of course be some differences from the German league but that's something I can learn. It will make me better. He has already been leaning on the experience of some of his new teammates, with Dominic Soboslai, Ibrahima Konate, Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenbeck all having previously played in Germany. They say, here, it is more intense, more physical, he says. Every player is really strong and fast. That's what everybody is telling me, so I'm aware of it. WIRTZ, though, isn't expecting a lengthy adaptation period and is confident in the vision sold to him by Liverpool boss Arne Slot. Yes, I came for that reason, because I could fit into this team, he adds. I'm enjoying playing with these players. It's getting every time a little bit better. I'm happy with how it's going. I'm really enjoying the first weeks. Monday was the first time at Anfield also. I like it. Imagine him and Ngumoha, Liverpool enter race for outrageous £56 million striker. Darwin Núñez continues to trundle toward the exit door at Liverpool, leaving behind him a pre-season of preparation in red that has been rich with goals. But the Uruguayan started only once in the Premier League after Boxing Day last season and scored just 7 goals across 47 matches in all competitions. Given that he scored a brace against Brentford, the 25-year-old blanked 41 times under Arne Slot's wing last year. So then, Liverpool will need to sign a new striker, even having purchased Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt for an initial £69 million fee. Given that Luis Diaz was sold to Bayern Munich for £65.5 million last month, you might think a new electric-paced left winger would be at the top of sporting director Richard Hughes' agenda. But Rio Ngumoha may well have changed that narrative. Liverpool's latest prodigy. A star is born. Ngumoha cannot be denied now. This is an up-and-coming player with the potential to go right to the top. But let's park our excitement for a moment. Ngumoha is only 16 after all, and must be dripped into life on the professional circuit, not poured right in and exhausted before he has had the chance to develop his remarkable technical and athletic faculties. Still, his goal and assist performance against Athletic Bilbao on Monday afternoon was quite the Anfield debut. Friendly though it was, the attacking midfielder played with such gusto and slickness on the ball, striding forward and unleashing a confident looping strike from outside the area to turn the limelight onto him. Is it any wonder he has been described as a special talent by journalist Bence Boxack, who said the teenager has completed more dribbles, 14, than any other #LFC player in pre-season. Slot will be keen to placate the mounting noise around his name, but you can't help but think that Liverpool have spawned a custom-built Diaz replacement, one who might play quite the important role in the years to come. Ngumoha's ball-carrying ability and capacity for goal contributions of all shapes and sizes suggest he could form a dangerous partnership with Ekitike over the coming years, but the same stands for another centre-forward Liverpool are interested in signing this summer. Liverpool lining up another striker. No, it's not Alexander Isak we're on about here. The Newcastle United number 9 is Liverpool's dream target, but the Magpies are playing hardball and might not even find a fitting replacement. Thus, Caught Offside have revealed that Liverpool have entered the race for Paris Saint-Germain forward Goncalo Ramos, who has fallen out of favour in Luis Enrique's system. PSG would hope to recoup something in the ballpark of €65 million, £56 million. For the Portugal international, who, aged 24, hopes to take the next step in his career and become a focal point for his side. Will Wright breaks silence on Liverpool transfer after earning opportunity at Anfield. New Liverpool signing Will Wright made his Anfield bow alongside some superstars. He has spoken for the first time since making the move, posting online. Will Wright was playing for Liverpool less than a day after his signing was confirmed. In what must have been a surreal 24 hours, he found himself making his Anfield bow after replacing Florian Wartz, nearly finding the net to cap it all off. Arriving from Salford City, the 17-year-old is expected to mainly work with the U21 setup this season. But he was given a rapid introduction to the size of the institution he has joined. First and foremost, he got an early taste of the Anfield atmosphere, with the crowd in fine voice to welcome the new forward. But on top of that, Wright got a close-up look at the quality of his new teammates, featuring as part of the stronger of the two sides that played Athletic Club, alongside the likes of Mohamed Salah. Admittedly, it wasn't the best first impression of Sulla, who skied a penalty shortly after Wright's introduction. When it was awarded, some wondered whether the teenager might even be given the responsibility, but despite the outcome, there is a clearly defined taker at Liverpool, even in friendlies. Even so, it must have been surreal rubbing shoulders with so many elite players, having spent his time up to now with the Salford Academy setup. Having never even been on the books at an elite club, this was a brand new environment for Wright. Prior to making his whirlwind debut, Wright broke his silence on the move. He marked his transfer with a post on Instagram. "A proud moment for me and my family to announce I've signed for the Premier League champions," wrote Wright. He shared this alongside a picture of him signing his contract. And after the match, he posted again. There was no caption this time, but 3 pictures. One of him replacing WIRTZ, and 2 of him in the thick of the action. He may have been a man of few words so far, but those around him have been more eager to talk. And they only have good things to say. "We are absolutely delighted for Will to complete his move to Liverpool after a very successful season as a first-year scholar," said Jamie Russell, Salford's head of academy. "He has earned this opportunity and we are excited to see how he continues to develop and progress. It's brilliant for us as an academy to see a player move on to a Category 1 club," Russell told. "We've only been Category 3 ourselves since 2023, but in that time to see 17 players make men's team debuts and to have interest in a number of players from clubs higher up the leagues is testament to the job that the coaches, the staff, and the recruitment team here are doing." Wright made a senior debut for Salford in January 2025, featuring against Man City in an 8-0 defeat. He was in demand this summer, with Liverpool beating Arsenal to the move. Who Mark Guehi prefers to join between Newcastle and Liverpool. Mark Guehi remains of interest to both Liverpool and Newcastle as we enter the final month of the transfer window. The Crystal Palace number 6 has less than 12 months remaining on his contract at Selhurst Park, and the South Londoners are seemingly intent on finding a replacement before sanctioning a sale. Crystal Palace have bid £28 million for Jan Bissek of Inter Milan, and also showed interest in sporting CP number 26 Ousmane Diomande earlier this summer. In the meantime, Ed Aarons of The Guardian has now shared who Mark Guehi would prefer to join out of Newcastle and Liverpool. Mark Guehi leaning towards Liverpool move. The respected journalist now states that the England international would prefer a move to Merseyside over Tyneside if he is to leave SE25 this summer. Aarons adds that Guehi would also be happy to stay at Crystal Palace and see out the final year of his contract, if nobody meets the £40 million asking price. He wrote on X, previously known as Twitter, "Understand Crystal Palace yet to receive offers for Mark Guehi, who is said to be happy to stay at Selhurst Park and see out final year of his contract. Liverpool still thought to be his preferred option, but Newcastle could revive interest. Palace want £40 million, rejected £70 million in January. Newcastle have a Mark Guehi alternative, but there is one major concern. TBR Football understand Newcastle also admire Giorgio Scalvini of Atlanta and have already done some work on a deal. However, the Italy international has endured several injuries already in his career at the age of just 21, so Newcastle are making sure to do extensive checks on his medical situation before advancing. Scalvini is also valued around the £40 million mark like Guehi, so that would seem to be the budget Newcastle have set aside for a new central defender, with most of their cash going on a striker. TBR Football understand RB Leipzig are ready to accept a €90 million, £78 million. Bid from Newcastle for Benjamin Sesko, which would be a new record transfer for the Magpies. However, Manchester United are also lurking, so Newcastle do not have a clear run at the Slovenian. The stage is set for the traditional Premier League curtain raiser as Liverpool face Crystal Palace in the 2025 Community Shield at Wembley. Defending Premier League champions Liverpool have a long and proud history in the competition and are looking to lift the trophy for the first time since 2022 in their 25th appearance. By contrast, Crystal Palace are appearing in the Community Shield for the first time as Oliver Glasner looks to add to the FA Cup triumph that earned them their place in the competition. The Community Shield is the first official game of the English season and an early chance to see new signings in competitive action, with Liverpool likely to include club record signing Florian Wartz in the team.